Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Mike Shea is in as guest co-host this week, and Dayton.com's top comic, Scotty Mays, is in for another wild ride. As a bonus, we get some really bad advice from our good friend Mike Holinsky. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at WWSU1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right. Hey, it's time for the Life Radio Show, in case you weren't listening a couple seconds ago when I said it's almost time for the right lady. The right lady.
All right, good night, everybody.
Welcome to the Right Lady Show.
The Right Lady Show.
We're changing format. I didn't tell you, Patrick. I thought you'd be uncomfortable. Anyway, I'm your host, Don Smith, here on a different show than the show I told you was the show. We're on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in as guest co-host, Mike Shea.
Yeah.
You get to be Charlie Hester today. Charlie was going to, she didn't want to make the icy, snowy trek. Yeah, Mike is pretty, but
Scotty's breaking stuff back here.
I know. I was hoping for Charlie too. I'm going to miss Charlie. She'll be back next week, weather permitting. There's a little ice storm out in Illinois. She didn't want to risk driving all the way over here for little old me.
Aw.
But that's okay.
I drove out here for you, Don.
Because I appreciate you, Mike. I really do. Scotty Mays. Scotty Mays is in for the whole 2 hours because Izzy Rock canceled.
That's right.
He had to work. So this is the show that almost wasn't.
Well,
and here it is. And it's going to be.
And we're going to raw dog this beast.
Yeah, we are.
Did you say raw dog? I'd rather road dog it than raw dog it, to be honest. Because
Well, you know what? I think we're past due for another Mike Shea, Scotty Mays episode. We haven't had one of these in a while.
That's true. Because
part
Scotty,
deux.
What's the part deux?
Deux.
All right.
Trois?
Yeah, I'm writing numbers in here because that's right. I was going to send a message because we're going to have to get some advice a little bit later on. Not just yet. But,
I need some really bad advice. Actually.
That's if only there were a number you could call.
There has to be, right?
To get some really bad advice. So let's see, I'm setting it up. We're probably just going to have to keep doing it.
I mean, if you just call me, I give you some bad advice.
We're not quite there yet, but no, there is. There absolutely is a number
you want to.
that you can call. We're not going to call it yet, but we will get some bad advice. If you want your own bad advice, you can call 937-977-1742.
Or 356-9749.
Or
That's actually my number.
867-5309. That's the actual one we're going to be calling right there because I have a direct line to a specific advice giver.
Oh,
that is one of the best in the business.
I heard you.
Look at you.
It's kind of like if you had a direct line right into what was the lady I can't even remember her name. Yes, exactly. It's like you could go with Dr. Phil, but you had a direct line to Dr. Ruth. I'm sorry, I'm going with a sex expert, not the bald guy that probably hasn't had it in years.
I need answers on whether I can put this here or not.
Will this burn if applied?
Important questions right there. Yep. Is this something that's going to come back and bite me if I want it to?
Are sobs and creams in my future?
Nice.
Maybe Neosporin.
I was thinking of Miss Cleo, actually, but I like the Dr. Ruth better. See, it just hit me. He said he was talking about weird sexual stuff. I said, Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo would never see that coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that tonight turned out the way it did.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just glad I
got
wore
this.
pants for this.
I'm not.
Well, that's one of us.
I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, we all start off with pants in here, Scotty.
That's right.
It's just usually
And then
by
when
the
it
end of the
gets lit in
show.
here,
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're on fire.
In fuego.
In fuego.
In fuego.
So hey, what's going on? We talked a little bit about dying on stage Saturday.
Yeah. That was fun.
But, yeah.
I like doing that.
Yeah, it was a fun show, sort of.
It was interesting.
See, I hadn't done like a bar show.
I did that show last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was just as interesting as
really.
I hadn't really done a bar show in a long time. I tend to stick to Wiley's a lot for obvious reasons. That's usually where I am. But I did.
This was a great cause.
It was, and we
from what I
raised a good
understand, they
amount
did
of
well.
money. Yeah. They seem to have raised a good amount of money for it. So happy with that, and happy to help. And it's always a learning experience.
I'm happy,
especially when you volunteer to host. That's like, can you host? Sure. Send me up into a cold crowd while they're still chatty.
I'm always happy
with no intro.
Always happy to eat it on stage for a good cause.
Yeah, exactly. But the last bar show I did.
Take that how you will.
That's exactly how I took that.
For a good cause, Michael.
For a great cause.
But no, the last bar show I did was the Barrel.
Okay.
Barrel Laugh, which I'm going to be doing again February 7th.
Right.
So is Scotty.
Yeah.
Man, that's a stacked lineup.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of funny comics on.
This is what, the third or fourth one they've done now.
I think the fourth one, yeah. Because I was on the last one, and it really, to me, it wasn't a bar show because most of the people that were there for comedy, and that's unusual in a bar.
Kevin Rupert is killing it packing that show in.
Yeah.
The first one we did back in November, just because I was on it, had other than me, had a great lineup. But you get Ray Jackson down there headlining for 25 minutes, and just Dan Seabury, Joe Young was there, Mike Well. It was a great
Dan
show.
Seabury's headlining this one, isn't he? Yeah, I think Dan Seabury's headlining this one. I know it's got me, Scotty, Karen, Jaffe, bunch of other people. So many others.
I almost saw Phil Pointer, or is it?
I think Dre Clark. Dre Clark's on it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a great show. I know there are like 3 others I'm forgetting.
I like the room.
They're equally awesome. But yeah, there's it's a great room to play.
I like that room a lot. The big stage, a lot. It's not really a bad seat. You can always, from the audience, you can see everything. And
till they start playing pool.
Yeah, that happens.
There was Saturday night show. There was one guy playing darts by himself the whole time, which was like
right in front of the raffle table.
Yeah, right in front of the raffle table. Oh well. But what do we do? What do we do when these weird things happen in shows? I think that's something that we need some bad advice on.
Absolutely, that's a good question.
So, that's
how do you handle
absolutely
eating it on stage.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best way to eat? What's the best way to eat?
Well, I can tell you all about that.
As long as it's for charity.
As long as it's for charity, I'll eat anything on stage.
Yeah, who is this charity, though?
As long as you call it a charity, whatever.
Yeah.
You can lie to me.
All right.
I'm not going to Google it.
Should we make a call and try to find out what do you do when when somebody's playing darts through your entire set at a bar show?
That's a challenging question.
Yeah, it is, and something that is just. It's just
mediocre.
Right for great bad advice.
Yeah,
let's make them earn this phone call.
Terrible advice. Yeah, and it's something that every comic needs to know.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and call the advice hotline and see what happens on this right here. Dialing. Hopefully this works. Yeah.
Hey, there it goes.
Hear it. We have a ringtone. We have a phone call being made.
Oh, hello.
Hey, I'm calling to try to get some advice.
Oh, you need some bad advice. Well, this is Mike Linsky. I'm with the bad advice line. What do you need?
Well, we're trying to discuss. We're trying to find a great answer for what to do when one single person decides that he wants to play darts through your entire set at a bar show.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Here's what. I've done this in the past, too, and it's worked wonderfully. Just set the PA system up in front of the dartboard, and then you just kind of, really mess with his whole game, just kind of, absorbing the blows if he tries to get to the right one. But he's going to get so frustrated that he'll just stop playing the game and listen to your wise jokes.
That's brilliant. That's not even bad.
I want
advice.
my
That's
money
good
back.
advice.
I wanted bad advice.
Exactly. Because here's another thing you can do with that. If you set up the bass just right, if he throws a dart and sticks it in the speaker, you can just go boom and throw it right back at him.
Oh, that's genius. Yeah. Here's the problem I've been having is when like people will have dogs at bars when I'm telling jokes, because I try to have like a good fun voice, and like sometimes I'm high pitched and sometimes I'm yelling, and dogs get real freaked out.
Do they come up on stage and try to play on you, pee on you, or play with you? I don't know.
Yeah, it's happened. And I should tell you this, I'm a peanut butter comic, so I do a lot of live paintings with peanut butter. And dogs.
I've never heard that one before.
I don't like dogs either. I don't like dogs, but I want to keep doing this peanut butter art. And
so you're a cat person, but cats don't typically eat peanut butter, do they?
Yeah, and no one's trying to bring a cat to a bar.
That's
You don't
see that a lot, no. Unless it's a stray cat that's already there and somebody just left the back door open too long.
That's usually the people that are left over at 2 a.m.
Yeah, stray cats, yeah. And they will lick peanut butter, no matter where you put it. So, was it you that started this fantastic advice hotline, or was it just a conglomeration of folks that got together for it?
Yeah, it was my friend. He's my best friend, Brian Hecht. He's an old friend from high school. He taught me how to play guitar, and he's a brilliant software engineer. And he has a company called CT Ohio, and they do all these they do like hospitals and like doctors' offices, phone lines. And he was like, "Listen, I've got this extra space, all this extra phone line stuff. Do you want to do this crazy fun idea?" And it's been about 6 months now.
Oh wow! I didn't know it was going on for that long.
Oh yeah, we've been going. I've got like hours and hours of bad advice, and some is not.
That is awesome.
So, how many people are doing this?
I've had comics from Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, even New York City. What?
Wow.
All contributing to this fun thing. We had a pastor who asked to be removed from the call list.
Understandable, I guess.
You can't publish that. You can't affiliate me at all with this because I could lose my pastorship or whatever it's called.
Pastorship. Yeah, I think that's a good name for it, pastorship.
That wasn't seminary school. It was inseminating school.
Yeah, insemination school. Yeah.
It's been pretty fun. It's been, and we also like ventured off into just really dumb ideas. Last 2 weeks ago, we did a line where you called in and guessed how many fingers we were holding up. We decided like no one's going to be right. You can't be right. Like no one's going to be right. And we just all weekend long we just told people nope.
And just hung up. Nope, click.
Nope, click.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what the mystery prize is? You got to win. I'm sorry, and I would never tell them. It's up on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's really stupid.
I'm sold.
Yeah, and then this past weekend we did fake giraffe facts. So people called in, and we would just dump fake giraffe facts at them, and it was a bunch of fun. And in like too much success, where like we got probably 400 phone calls.
Just inundated with people wanting. How do you come up with that many fake giraffe facts? Because that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of improv. I eventually would just like, it was kind of like Mad Lib, so I would switch things out. So I would say like, did you know that giraffe actually voiced the voice of Shrek during the movie Shrek? And due to heart complications with his history of cocaine, he passed away before the movie could be released. Michael Myers took over. And
I never knew that.
Yeah, and that's how it happened.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah,
you can't trust giraffes like that. There was a cork snoting giraffe that I used to work with at the club.
How does one
that's
snote a
fun.
cork, Don?
Now, what's that?
How does one snote a cork exactly?
I don't know. Start out by eating it on stage. Now, where the hell was I? There was something that was really good that I was going to say, but we'll move on.
Sabotage.
No, I know this weekend you have another promotion going on. You have another fun event that I think
for
every
limited time only. If you call in, and it's going to be Friday to Sunday. We'll be running this phone line. If you call in, we will tell you you're adopted.
So anybody out there that doesn't like your parents, be sure to call in and find out that you're adopted.
What's
and
the
that's
number
a lot
that
of
they
people.
would call in on?
The number is
937-977-1742, and the advice line is 937-977-1743. So whichever one you want to talk to, we'll give you bad advice or we'll give you bad news.
So see, some people you could upset them by not telling them they weren't adopted. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be a good bait and switch.
Yeah.
You can get on the line if you want.
I'm sorry. You are my real child. You are
actually.
We tried to have you adopted, but they gave you back. We tried several times, but they kept returning you.
You have my insurance. You've got my blessing. You're in the will. I'm sorry, but there's not much in the will. But you're in it now, and
yep. When I go, I'm leaving you my Visa bill. That's
and my peanut butter art.
And my peanut butter art.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's live action peanut butter art. That's what gets the dogs going crazy on stage. Speaking of eating it on stage.
Yeah. I will eat peanut butter on stage for the right cause and the right price.
Yeah. I always thought that'd be a funny comedy show is where, like, comics tell their worst jokes that they won't even, like, tell on stage. Ones that are just, like, in the deep catacombs of the Notebook and on the dark side, you know? And then they stand against the wall and they throw, and then the audience gets to throw, rotting vegetables at them.
That sounds like fun. We'll have to start another show at the chapter.
Or the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, we could get a booth at the Renaissance
We could all
Festival.
dress up as jesters and go up there. That's great.
Yeah, it'd be a ball.
I haven't been there in forever in the Renaissance Festival. That'd be the way to go back as a jester with rotten fruit being thrown at me.
Well, if Ollie's ever gets their mic going, he can just throw the leftovers off people's plates at you.
Yeah, there you go. That would work at about any.
Money that way.
Yeah.
No 2-item minimum there.
So, Mike, do you have a website or anything, any social media you want to throw out there other than just the hotline?
Of course. My Instagram, I think it's pretty fun. Sometimes I'm handsome. It's _Mike.com, and you spell out the dot. So MikeDotCom. And then same on Twitter. And then my website is mike.com.org.
Oh, God.
It's MikeDotCom.org, like traditional. So it's very confusing. It's something that I found very funny, and we'll see if it pays off in my career.
Yeah, we can
hilarious.
hope. Well, I appreciate the advice, and we will. I hope to call. I hope to find time to call in this weekend and learn about my adoption. Because I think that would be a lot of fun.
You're in good hands.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I think we're going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to take a little break as soon as I do the comedy rundown. But I think we're going to play some clips from.
Oh, great! Awesome! I'm so excited.
Yeah, I was able to get those. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the comedy rundown. Patrick, if you would pull up, if you would go to my my folder there and pull up. We will do bad advice. We'll do bad advice. We're not going to do that just yet. First, here's this week's Comedy Rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, tonight, January 29th, open mic at Peach's Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. Wednesday, January 30th, open mic at South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Thursday, January 31st, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7 p.m. Also an open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street from 8:30 to 11 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, January 31st through February 2nd, James Johan is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Our good friend Karen Jaffe is going to be hosting that show. Yeah, Friday and Saturday, February 1st and 2nd, Haywood Banks is at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District.
Yes, Haywood!
Yeah, another good friend, Dwight McCormick, is going to be featuring for him, I believe.
Oh, Dwight! I love Dwight!
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. And Sunday, February 3rd, no Sunday comics at Wiley's, no hang, no shows at the Funny Bone. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and let's all pray for a Patriots loss. That is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And don't forget to show some love on Monday nights to the open mic at Hannah's at 121 North Ludlow Street in Dayton. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit a little bit of we're going to say goodbye to Mike. Thanks for letting me call in and chat.
Take care, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much. And also, you got Dwight Simmons coming to Wiley's. That's going to be a ball. I love Dwight. He's a good friend of mine.
The week after, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's going to be fun. So check it out, Dayton. Hi, Dayton. Hi, college that I dropped out of.
They're not doing so hot.
Yeah, none of the professors are here now anyway. So. All right, we'll catch you later, sir.
See you, Mikey.
All right, thank you so much, Don. Bye.
Bye. All right, we'll go ahead and play some clips from Bad Advice Hotline, and then we'll play a little music. I don't think it's Potter's Field actually. I think I have something else lined up. So we will be back here shortly.
Bad Advice Hotline. This is Brian.
Yes, my boyfriend is constantly on his phone all the time, and I really don't know what to do about it anymore.
Well, have you tried getting a girlfriend?
You know what? That could be the best advice ever. Thank you.
Hey, always a pleasure. Please call again. Bad Advice Line.
Hello.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Hey, I have a relationship question, if that's okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We love relationships.
Oh, awesome. So my boyfriend has come over, so many nights, but he always leaves and won't sleep over, and I can't figure out why. What should I do?
You should get, a lot of lavender, because lavender will will him to sleep a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any, Bob Ross? Find some Bob Ross. That'll get him pretty sleepy. Let's see. What could put someone to sleep? She wants someone to stay the night. Just try banging it out. Bang it out really hard. Bang out so hard that he has to fall asleep. And then he won't sleep you. And then...
I do, though. I do.
You do?
Yes, I swear I do.
All right. Well, you should work a little bit harder next time, I think. Try giving that. And get the lavender, get some candles. Maybe try a gas leak, that always makes people really tired and drowsy. And I love taking naps when I leave. I'll turn the oven on, I'll leave the door open, and I'll just take a nice little nap. It's like NyQuil for
Awesome. That sounds like great advice.
I hope we helped.
Thank you. And thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That Advice Line, this is Mike speaking. How can I help you?
I was just told to give this number a call and was wondering what is it for? What's up?
We just give it bad advice on any topic, unprofessionally. Do you need any? Are you going through anything? Do you need some help?
Well, I'm thinking about moving. I'm going to be moving in with my girlfriend here soon.
You're moving in with your girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
How many dogs you got?
One cat.
One cat? You're going to need to buy at least probably like 8 Greyhound dogs. For this to go
Greyhounds.
well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You know Greyhound dogs?
Yes. They're beautiful.
You know what? You need to start. You need to start a small business, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's about time. You guys sound like you've been going together for a while. Start like a you just breed your own dogs now with your girlfriend.
Okay. I've never owned a dog. Do you think that'd be like hard or anything like that?
You never owned a dog?
Nope.
Okay. What's your girlfriend doing? What's she doing right now?
What's she doing? She's at work right now.
Okay. You can't put her on the phone?
Nope. Unfortunately not.
Can you do like an impression of her? I just want to see how she would react. We're gonna do a little role play. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be you, and you be what's her name? And what's
Savannah.
your name?
Liam.
Okay, you're Liam. I'm gonna be Liam. You be Savannah. Okay.
Okay.
And wait, I'll be Savannah. You be Liam. Okay, and tell me that we're gonna start a puppy business.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy like 8 Greyhounds and start breeding them.
You're what? Liam, we're just about to move in with each other. You're wanting to buy Greyhounds? Liam, this isn't going to work out. I can't believe you would do this to us.
I was talking to this one woman for a little while, and like, this is just not code for anything. I don't do good, obviously. You've seen me up here, right? You hear me talk? Like, she's like, I'm still friends with 85% of my ex-boyfriends. And all I could think is 85% requires a divisor of at least 20. That is as far as you can break that fraction down right there. It's like 17 over 20, 85%. What if she meant like 34 out of 40 or 153 boyfriends out of 180? I don't care how you break it down. She's had way too many dudes in her denominator.
Hey guys, this is Mike Shea from Eventide Entertainment. As you may have noticed, our lineup has been a little scarce lately. We're currently going through some programming changes, and we'd like you guys to be a part of the team. If you've got a podcast or a radio show or an idea for something you'd like to put on the internet, we want to help you make that happen. Send us an email at eventideent@gmail.com with your show idea, and we'll help you get it on the air. What are the benefits of working with Eventide Entertainment? Well, to start with, we'll make sure that your show gets onto all of the best platforms, whether it's Spreaker or SoundCloud or iHeartRadio or Spotify and iTunes. We will get those on the air for you. Not only that, but you will be assigned an executive producer who can handle all of the post-production and editing for your show. All you have to worry about is just recording the show, and they will take care of the rest for you. So that is one less thing that you need to worry about. We've also got a graphics person who will design a custom logo for your show. We'll put together a customized promo for your show that'll play on other shows in the network. So we're all helping each other out. You'll also get your own specialized Dropbox folder and access to our private staff Facebook group. There is literally nothing to lose if you're a host and you join the Eventide team. So make sure you send us an email at eventideent@gmail.com. And for more information and to check out some of our other shows, make sure you check us out on our website, www.eventideent.com. And we hope to see you guys soon.
That was a long break.
That was.
It felt like a long break. I reconnected with somebody I went to high school with.
How cool is that?
Oh, 25 years. That was fun. Gary, hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah. That's a Gary I like. There's some that I don't. There's one in particular I really don't like, but that Gary's all right.
Tell me how you really feel, Don.
And what's weird is that's Gary, Indiana.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Terrible place. Never, yeah. So anyway, we had some good advice. Some good bad advice.
Good bad advice.
We had a little bit of Mike Canistero making us laugh. A little bit of Mr. Stone King, which I haven't played in a while.
It was good.
I'm going to have to see if I can get him back on. He was a great guest. He's very, very into vampires.
Nice.
Interesting fella. We had fun with him on the air. And then what did we have after that? Just some ads from some ventriloquist named Mike. I don't know. Mike Shea. Yeah, but be sure to check out mike.com.org. And be sure to check out the Bad Advice hotline at 937-977-1742 or 937-977-1743.
And it's not two dots. It's a DOT dot.
Right. It's dotcom.org.
Right. He's making it work for his comedy.
It is. Yeah, that's fantastic. Should we hit a few news
worth every
stories?
Stroke.
since it's getting close, it's 20 minutes to the.
What we doing?
Something like
We're
that.
doing whatever. It's your show, man. We're doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You run this pirate ship.
Don't do that. That's a trigger for me.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. And that's a trigger for me.
What is it, Scotty?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we get rid of all the rubber bands in here, please?
Somebody tie me off that. Nope. All right.
Oh, God.
Anywho.
A student in Davis, California has claimed that around 2 weeks ago, she and a co-conspirator gave 9 classmates cookies containing her grandfather's ashes.
I've heard about this. I heard about this.
At least some of the students were aware there were ashes in the cookies before they consumed them, police told the Los Angeles Times on Tuesday. Others were apparently unaware and were horrified when they found out. So far, it is unclear why the student felt motivated to bring desserts with human remains in them to school. Since the cookies have already been eaten, it is also unclear how we can be sure they contained ashes at all. Although a classmate of alleged perpetrator did say he, quote, didn't believe her until she pulled out the urn. So,
my grandpa's inside you.
Go back to school, Grandpa.
I was out of flour.
Yeah, there's all kinds of excuses. It brings to mind Jess Cordry and his first visit to the studio, pouring ashes all over his shirt.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, it's my grandpa's recipe.
There you go. It would have been grandma's recipe. That's the frightening thing.
I mean, were they at least all-purpose ashes, or were they gluten-free ashes?
Yeah, I would hope gluten-free, the way everybody is nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want that gluten laden ashes.
No,
that's what mine will be. Mine will be extra gluten or glutton. I don't know.
Glutton.
Yeah, I see now. I wish Evie Warner was in here with us because she's very gluten free. She's the reason that I stopped giving out cookies on my show.
Did she shame you?
She was on my show twice, and she was just very upset that I gave out cookies to people and they weren't gluten free.
Does
so
she have a
could
glow
not have one.
about her?
Huh?
Most gluten-free people are very pale and glowy. Is she glowy? Does she glow?
A little bit. Well, I didn't turn the lights off. Because the last time I had a young lady in here and I turned the lights off, she got really nervous.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, she was shaking in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. A woman has suffered chemical injuries. Not from me.
I was just about to say, is it after the lights went out?
Yeah. A woman has suffered chemical injuries after she was mistakenly prescribed erectile dysfunction cream for a dry eye.
That one eye is pretty dry.
Yeah, it's pretty stiff now, too.
Pretty stiff eye now.
The unnamed patient from Glasgow was treated in A&E after she used Viteros instead of Vitapose. To treat her problem. She was given antibiotics, lubricants, and steroids after she suffered blurred vision and lid swelling, which I would think that as a result of using the wrong cream. Of course it's going to swell.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it does. Dr. Magdalena Edgington wrote in the report, prescribing errors are common, and medications with similar names and packaging increase the risk. However, it is unusual in this case that no individual, including the patient, general practitioner, or dispensing pharmacist, questioned erectile dysfunction cream being prescribed to a female patient with ocular application instructions. I would think there'd have been a red flag somewhere that popped up.
Yeah.
So how many inches did her...
Well played, sir. You really slid that one in there.
That's funny. So the question is, how many inches did her eyelid grow?
Right, because that's the important question.
Well, if it was cold outside, probably only 2.
If I didn't even know there was a cream for that. I knew there were pills. I didn't know if there was a cream for that.
You can use any cream.
Yeah,
for
I was
that.
going to say.
Yeah.
But if there's one specifically for that.
Hold on a minute. What I meant was you can use any cream.
So are you giving me permission or?
Well, sure.
Oh,
sure,
okay.
sure.
Yeah, man.
You don't need permission.
We signed the release forms.
What, the release? Is that
the legal waivers?
To release his cracking.
I said what I said.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, if there's a cream for that, I would say a cream for that particular problem is definitely prone to overuse.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you OD on ED cream?
It works
it's
on
ED-OD. I just named the show.
ED-OD.
ED-OD.
What is that, Swedish?
Well, it's great because it works on 2 different levels.
Yeah. It's an ED-OD.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Trademark that.
Try
that the next time we do a breast cancer show at a bar. See if you do a little better.
Yeah, I did fine.
You did all right.
I didn't know. This is Florida. I love you. I love you, Florida.
Got to have a Florida story.
Yes,
in there.
Police are looking for a man who they say shot a woman after she. Sorry.
Why is that the part you laugh at? Are there problems at home, Don?
It is a weird part to laugh. Police, because I was reading ahead. Police are looking for a man who they say shot a woman after she performed a sex act on him in exchange for $5 and Pringles potato chips.
Is this the same woman who took the Pringles potato chips and drank wine out of it from Walmart?
No, that was the Walmart lady.
This one is far more classy.
It's a Florida, so it's probably a Piggly Wiggly.
According to WJAX, a CBS affiliate in Jacksonville, the shooting happened Monday night at a Shell gas station. Of course it did. The Jackson, and I'm pretty sure that's where Limp Bizkit was performing. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office told WJAX the woman agreed to do the sex act on the man for cash and food. Afterwards, she told the police the man asked for his money back.
Oh, my goodness.
And shot her in the shoulder when she refused to hand it over.
Wow.
Man, they need
Took her
counseling.
Pringles, too?
I'm hoping. Because if you're going to ask for the $5, you better get them
Not
Pringles
only do
back,
I want
too.
the dinner back that I bought you, I want the $5 back, too.
Yep. Instead of dinner and a movie, how about Pringles and $5?
I could have more fun with this Pringles can than what you just did for $5.
And I get a snack afterwards. And I can use the $5 to go buy more Pringles.
Yeah. It's a win-win. Except for her. It wasn't a win-win for her.
Now
She
give me
lost
that
her
can
money
and
or
give me that
Pringles.
cream that you got prescribed.
Get that stuff off your eye.
I'm about to have an EDOD over here in the parking lot.
I think we're doing just fine with all of our cancellations on this.
Oh, they were great.
Quick moment of silence.
Everybody
All right.
pause for water.
Yeah, that was
Yep,
weird.
that's the water.
I didn't know.
Quick moment of silence.
International waterway sign.
Quick moment of silence for the woman that lost her Pringles.
And the grandfather's ashes who ended up in cookies.
Yes.
Inside everybody.
Yeah, this is one for college students right here. This is a story specific for college students. An EasyJet flight taking off in France had to be diverted last week because of a fake bomb threat. On January 18th, flight EZY-4319 from Lyon to Rennes was in the air when authorities received an anonymous call that suggested a bomb could be on the plane. The pilots returned to Lyon, but no bomb was found. Authorities investigating the call said the person behind the threat was a 23-year-old college student in Rennes. He allegedly didn't want his parents, who were on the flight, to visit him. Police took the unidentified suspect into custody and charged him with, quote, false news compromising the safety of an aircraft in flight. I did not know fake news was a crime. I just thought it was an accusation that some orange retard throws around a lot. Did I just say the R word? I
did.
said the
Wow.
R word.
And you put a
My
color on
apologies. But hey, since we know who I'm talking about, I don't think there will be a single complaint.
Well,
No, not in Ohio. Not in Ohio. No.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, the Bert and Ernie fans aren't going to be happy about this.
Hey, Bert, you got any more of that EDOD cream? Yeah, Ernie.
That's why they call him Big Bird.
Quit rubbing that on Big Bird.
Yeah. Leave that
How do
yellow
you know
pecker
what
alone.
How do you know what I call it?
I'm already afraid of flying. You could not get me on a plane from an airline called Easy. That's like saying, oh, you can get the cheapest, easiest flight in town. You know what? I'm good. I
We're just going to tiptoe right into the clouds here.
Yeah, it's like Bob Ross.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Folks, we're going to go ahead and land in the river. You might feel some fish swimming around your feet.
It's a happy little plane. He needs a friend. Oh, sorry. We lost a wing. There goes that friend.
Well,
we don't have mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Yep. We don't have disaster crashes. We have happy little accidents.
We're just going to have a happy little fireball creating here, and
the sky's a little phthalo blue right now.
We're going to create ourselves a happy little crater in the ground.
A little bit of the alizarin crimson and put it on the body there.
We lost engine number 3. That caused me to let out a little Van Dyke Brown.
So, if your mask does not fill with oxygen the first time, just beat the devil out of it. And
oh man.
Well, if you need air that bad, can you just blow into a woman's vagina and push your stomach?
Ooh, dang, Scotty.
All right.
Okay.
A Pennsylvania man says his emotional support alligator helps him deal with his depression.
Dude, this
Alligator.
story, I'm pretty sure it'd kill me.
I can every time it's me and Scotty, there's an alligator story. I swear.
It sneaked in here.
65-year-old Joey Henney of York Haven says his registered emotional support animal named Wally likes to snuggle and give hugs and eat his arm. Despite being a 5-foot-long alligator, that's not a small gator. to have as an emotional support gator.
That isn't my kid, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Okay. Anyway, where was I? Philly.com reports Henny says he received approval from his doctor to use Wally as an emotional support animal after not wanting to go on medication for depression.
Wasn't Wally Gator a cartoon character?
Wally Gator. All right, Wally.
Yeah, I actually think you're right, though.
Depression
Cartoon
medication.
Express.
One of those Hanna-Barbera, with like Magilla Gorilla and Wally Gator.
Grape Ape.
Oh,
So we
okay,
just-
yeah.
We just went from Bob Ross to Steve Irwin.
Yep. Wally was rescued from outside Orlando at 14 months old. Henny says Wally eats chicken wings and neighbors. No. And shares an indoor plastic pond with a smaller rescue alligator named Scrappy.
There's a rescue alligator?
Yep. Henny acknowledges that Wally is still a dangerous wild animal and could probably tear his arm off, but says he's never been afraid of him. Because he's stupid.
Yeah. Where do you get a rescue gator?
Let go of me, Wally!
Do we refer to the Grizzly Man documentary at all? Do they know how that ended?
Oh,
that
yeah.
built the suit? The grizzly suit?
He
is that the one
went and studied the bears for and then thought he's like, oh no, they're just misunderstood. They actually feel compassion, and then he got eaten.
Yep. Now he feels indigestion. They feel a lot on the inside. And now I know what they feel like on the inside.
Hey, is that girl's grandpa over there? There's cream for that.
I think we got time for one more before we go into the break. Because anytime you have runaway emus following an alligator story, I think those two stories ought to get together and take care of the problems.
Hey.
Yeah, no more emus.
No.
Police in coastal Texas have captured a pair of runaway emus that had been on the lam for... How do you get an emu on a lam? They're just stacking anything nowadays. Reminds me of Monty Python Society for putting things on top of other things. Where was I? The emus had been on the lam for a day after escaping from their owner's backyard. Emus aren't permitted in Galveston. Of course not. It's crazy. But police say a man recently brought the large flightless birds to the island after the death of his mother. She owned them at her home near Houston. The Galveston County Daily News reports the emus escaped their new owner's backyard sometime Monday. Police recaptured the birds near an elementary school Tuesday morning. Officials say the birds' owner didn't realize Galveston had a ban on emus because why would he? And that he's working with authorities to find an off-island home for them, preferably not in the water.
Or on a lamb.
Or on a lamb. We'll just see wherever we can fit them. There's a lamb. Anybody got a goat? We're going to try that next. Hey, here's a gator named Wally.
we need a new zoo attraction. We got emos. We got lamb. Figure something out.
Yep. Let's stack them. I saw him do it with Pringles, and the taste was great.
What are you guys doing? Playing animal Jenga. Got to pull one out from under the other one without knocking it over.
Jungle Jenga.
Jungle Jenga.
Yep.
Jungle Jenga.
Jungle Jenga.
A little of that JJ action.
Yeah, there you go. That's dynamite. That's what that is. That was not right.
Hey, if you practice a little bit longer, you can nail it.
Yeah.
I can't even do it. Like, we shouldn't even be attempting to
A little
do
of that JJ action right there. Oh, man.
Rather have JJ than an Edioti, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Yep, an Edioti in your eye.
Edioti, JJ,
observing
BJ.
the Edioti and then saying, dropping the dynamite.
Oh, I see.
But are there Pringles at the end?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. What'd you say about your Pringles can?
I miss it.
Pop, you can't stop.
But it's going to take $5. Where was that line earlier? That was what she said. You have to give me my $5. Nope. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Would you just call that a Pringle job at that point? I mean,
you got one of them PJs.
PJs, yeah.
$5 PJ. You may have your work cut out for a time. The EDOD
man. Yeah, I'm
JJPJ.
You gotta have a lot of letters.
$5 PJ. Once you pop, you can't stop. Oh,
that's
I
pandemonium
love
in
you
here.
guys.
Pandemonium.
Oh man.
Patrick, is your face
Yeah,
hot? My face is hot.
I wonder if she put the chips in her mouth to look like it.
Looked like the band Emu Bird.
Like, look, I'm Howard Duck.
You ever had one from a duck? Give me $5 and Pringles. We're on.
You think these lips look good?
Cool whack.
Cool, Reddit. All right, I think on that note, we should. Did you have something you wanted to add?
That's a pretty good ducking that you're getting right there.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, well, duck me sideways.
I have to pee.
It's gonna cost you $5 and some Pringles. All right, I think it's time to go home. Thanks. Am I still recording? Because I would hate to lose all of this radio gold. Okay, good.
You're
Thankfully,
recording.
We're still recording. Somebody turned down the record button.
Well, you got it on live.
I turned it up, and then somebody turned it back down.
Yeah.
Oh, are we live, Scotty?
Of course, we're always live.
I love you. All right.
You got stereo live going
All right.
on.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll.
I'm gonna go get me.
Bring up my thing so I can
PJ
see
real
what
quick.
time we took a break.
Okay.
So I can write it down and make sure I keep track of everything as we should. And we'll go ahead and go to break, and we will be back here shortly.
Yay.
Stick around. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, with repeats on Wednesdays from 10 to noon and Thursdays from noon to 2. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
I think we're doing just fine with all of our cancellations on this
Oh,
show.
that's great.